Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to K Gymnasium on the campus of Manhattanville College for tonight's back-freedom men's basketball matchup between the Cougars of Misericordia University and your Manhattanville College Valiants. Before tonight's starting lineups, we ask you to please rise as we honor America with the playing of our national anthem. Visiting Cougars. At guard, 6'3" junior from Stroudsburg, Pennsylvania, number 2, Tyrell Mann. At guard, 5'10" junior from Breckville, Pennsylvania, number 3, Alec Broadway. At guard, 6'6" senior from Johnson City, Tennessee, number 10, Trey Fields. At guard, 6'4" junior from Dixon City, Pennsylvania, number 15, Jason Kenny. And at guard, 6'5" sophomore from Scott Township, Pennsylvania, number 23, Tony Harding. And coach Misericordia in his third season is Willie Chandler. He's assisted by AJ Udo, Cal Evans, Ryan McGough, and Griffin Stoning. And now, starting lineup for your Manhattanville Valiants. At guard, a 5'10" senior from the Bronx, New York, number 2, Don Arena.
And we are back from Kennedy Gymnasium. MAC Freedom opener between the Cougars of Misericordia and the Manhattanville Valiants. We are just moments away from the opening tip. Get you the starters quickly for the Cougars. At guard, Tyrell Mann, the 6'3" junior. Also at guard, Alec Rodway, the 5'10" junior. Trey Fields, the 6'6" senior, will join Mann and Rodway in the backcourt. Jason Kenny, the 6'4" junior, as we mentioned before. And lastly, Tony Harding, the 6'5" sophomore. Three juniors, a sophomore and a senior for the Cougars. For the Valiants, the usual starting five of late: Dom Marina and Mike Granda, JoJo Cobbs, Timmy Quinlan, and Alex Tucci. We again are just moments away from the tip-off of MAC Freedom play here for the Valiants and the Cougars.
So Alex Tucci will do the tip-off for the Valiants, and Trey Fields will do it for the Misericordia Cougars.
Not too often you see a 6'6" guard going for the tap.
And the Valiants win the tip-off.
Granda will control in the backcourt, now leaves for Cobbs. Cobbs crosses midcourt, guarded by Fields. Over to Quinlan. Quinlan leaves for Granda. Granda up top to Tucci. Tucci dribbles around, leaves for Cobbs. Cobbs inside, kick out to Granda. His shot, off the mark, rebound by Fields. And the Cougars will come back on the break. Kenny leaves it for, I believe, Rivera, and it looks like Rivera will be called
with a charge.
For the charge. Excuse me, it's on Tyrell Mann. So a quick foul, just 25 seconds in. Nice job in transition by both teams there, both setting up the fast break and getting back for Manhattanville.
And that was an excellent job there by Tucci, drawing the charge there.
Valiance will control once again. Arena crosses half court, up the wing, into the lane. Inside for Tucci. Tucci.
Oh, that's a great move.
Mini hook shot up and in, and the Valiants lead early.
An excellent move there by Tucci. Gets them the first bucket of the game here with 19:13 remaining in the first half.
Rodway controlling now for the Cougars, guarded by Granda. 3-on-3. Across to Mann. Mann leads for Fields. Kenny into the lane. Around. Quinlan blocked from behind. Harding had his look denied from behind by Quinlan, and the Valiants will regroup here, and a charge called on Arena. That was Rodway taking the charge there, so offensive fouls on both teams to start the night here, as we are just over a minute in. Again, Valiants lead 2-0 as Rodway will control once again. Crossing half court. Leads for Kenny. Kenny across the Fields. Fields fakes inside, now throws inside for Mann. Mann guarded by Arena, and off the glass, Mann ties the game at 2.
And I have to say the intensity early on, Adam, has been excellent thus far.
Full court press broken by the Valiants. Cobbs now on the left wing will lead for Quinlan. Quinlan at the top of the key, crossing out to Arena. His three from the wing. Off the mark, rebound by Tucci, just reached right over Mann to grab that one. Mann goes down, Tucci misses. Harding controls the rebound for the Cougars. Euro step inside, stripped, but the Cougars will maintain possession there. A beautiful Euro step to briefly create some space there for Harding. Nice defense there by the Valiants, poking it away, allowing their defense to reset here. 25 seconds on the shot clock for the Cougars. Rodway to put in, guarded by Granda. He's for Harding, out to Kenny, guarded by Cobbs. Kenny crosses back inside, around Tucci, off glass, no good. Rebound by Harding, up and in.
That's something the Valiants have to do early, is try to work their way in boxing out.
And the press getting to the Valiants that time, as the Cougars will take over here underneath their own basket. Again, 4-2 Cougar lead, 2:10 gone here in the first half. Rodway again to put in, guarded by Granda. Out for Kenny, inside for Harding, briefly had an opening, swung around, Mann's three off the mark. Tucci will let that one go. It will be Manhattanville ball here. Nice ball movement there, created the open shot for Mann from the top of the key. And you can see from his body language, he knew right away he had missed it. Briefly started to chase after it, but chose wisely to just let that one go out of bounds rather than make a possibly dangerous save attempt there, creating a fast break for the Valiants, who will regroup here. Quinlan with a kicked ball there on Rodway, as Mann and Rodway, the two juniors, applying pressure there. Valiants to inbound now from the front court, 25 seconds left on the shot clock. Arena controls now. Over to Quinlan. Now Granda. Granda up to Tucci. Thought about a three. Inside, stripped and controlled by Rodway. Cross now to Fields. Fields inside. Around Quinlan, no, but the follow is good. Mann with the tip in there as a 6-2 lead now for the Cougars. As Quinlan picks up his dribble and finds Cobbs. Cross now to Granda. Valiants looking to set up their offense here. Granda trying to pick him. Tucci. Granda inside. Left hand off the mark. Tucci flying in off glass and good.
And Tucci's doing a good job getting into the paint and putting up those buckets. That's what he's going to have to continue to do if they want to stay in this game early here.
Tucci beating 3 Cougars to that ball. And Misericordia will control once again. Rodway inside. Back outside Fields. Deep three. He got it. Trey Fields from several feet beyond the three-point line. It is now 9-4 Cougars as the ball comes over to our broadcast booth here.
And Adam, I have to tell you, for a team that's very tall, they are a very fast unit and working the ball around excellently thus far from Misericordia.
And a timeout here taken by the Valiants as Pat Scanlon obviously a little concerned with what he's seen early on here. A couple of turnovers off the press, and the Cougar ball movement creating a number of open opportunities. Now the shots might have missed, but they will not miss all game long if that ball movement continues. And Coach Scanlon obviously seeing something or some things he does not like, looking to settle down his team here. Tim, you mentioned before, but what do you think Scanlon is telling his guys to really focus on more than anything else right now?
Well, right now I think they're going to start adjusting to defending beyond the arc. They've gotten a few open threes, and they take a lot of those shots, and they make a lot of them too, averaging 9.6 makes a game from beyond the arc. So they're going to have to make sure they stop that right now, because they've came out and they've made almost 2 already.
Cougars control once again. Kenny top of the key. Is for Harding. Harding, soft pass knocked away by Quinlan. And a group substitution here for the Valiants, as Haggerty, Smith, and Asen will all check in, replacing Quinlan, Tucci, and Granda here. Fields stemmed out from in front of the Valiant bench. Off to Rodway. Rodway to Man. Man in the lane. Might have gotten away with a walk on that time, but the shot off the mark, controlled by the Valiants. Arena into the front court, now off to Smith. Smith leaves for Cobbs. Cobbs thought about a 3 inside. Little stutter step and a wild series of moves results in a jump ball. Possession arrow favors Misericordia.
And also, before the broadcast, Adam, another name we didn't mention was Brian Haggerty. I believe his 3 ball is going to be very essential for the Valiants, as that's something that's very underlooked, but he has a very good outside game.
47.6% on the season is Haggerty. As the Cougars control once again. Harding guarding closely by Smith, now off to Noah Rivera in, and the layup off glass and in, and there is Kenny making it 11-4 in favor of Misericordia. Nice cut inside by the junior, and Haggerty, we mentioned before, here's the 3, short, and controlled by Rivera. Haggerty got a good look from the left wing, just left a little bit short that time, as the Cougars will control once again. Kenny up the right side, off glass, rolls around and in. Kenny with 4 straight points here, and it is a 9-point lead for Misericordia. There's a whistle. We have an offensive foul here.
Offensive foul on number 42, Brian Haggerty, his first, team second.
I believe they called a push off there on Haggerty.
That would be his first. 2 team fouls thus far. Just shy of 5 minutes gone in this one, as Kenny will control once again for the Cougars. Bounce pass left side for Fields. Fields couldn't connect with the very inside. Turnover will give the ball back to the Valiants, as Mike Ryan will check in and replace Arena. Brendan Leonard and Stone McCreary on the court now for the Cougars as well. Haggerty off to Cobbs on the right side. Cobbs trying to get it to Smith. Good denial there. Asen from the foul line. He got it. Chris Asen stops the little run there for Misericordia. 13-6 now in favor of the Cougars, as Smith lost sight of McCreary. You can't do that. And fortunately there for the Valiants, he missed, but Ryan stepped on the end line there going for that rebound, so the ball will go right back to the Cougars.
So early on right now, the Valiants shouldn't really be as much discouraged. They've taken a lot of great shots at them early on. They just haven't been able to get them to fall.
As the inbound to Fields, he lays it in. And it's back to a 9-point game here. 15-6 now. Favor the Cougars as Ryan controls. These are for Smith, top of the key. Smith inside, going right on McCreary. Off glass and in. Through the contact, Sean Smith gets on the score sheet for the first time tonight. As the Cougars control now. Kenny now guarded by Ryan. Lost his dribble. Leaves it off for Rivera. Rivera up top now for McCreary. McCreary trying to get through Cobbs. Drew the contact and will head to the line for a pair here. 13:47 left on the clock here. The third team foul. And first, once again, on Cubs, McCreary will go to the line for 2 here, looking to extend the Misericordia lead back to 9. First one upcoming. Bounce around. Bounce off every part of the rim, but bounces off. Unlucky break there for McCreary. Second shot away, off back iron, loose ball. Haggerty couldn't control it, but Cobbs does for the Valiants. Cobbs now back to Haggerty. Haggerty leads for Asen. Asen bounce pass up top for Smith. Smith leads for Cobbs. Cobbs now directing traffic from the right wing. Now Smith top of the key. Crossed up Fields inside off glass. Just a little too strong. Rivera controls and leads for Fields. Fields behind the back, guarded by Smith. Rivera now up top, guarded tightly by Haggerty. Asen trying to poke it away. Rivera will leave now for Kenny. Kenny around Asen, off glass, no good. Kenny looking at the ref for a whistle there. Play on, says the referee. Cobbs controls now. Cross to Haggerty, now back to Cobbs. Cobbs and Haggerty, a two-man game here. Now off to Asen. His three from the left wing. Short rebound. Haggerty couldn't control it. Not sure if he stepped on the line when he was touching it, but one way or another, it will be a Misericordia ball here, as Harding will check back in for the Cougars, replacing Fields.
And I have to tell you, I've been very impressed by Misericordia's defense. It feels like they've been on the ball, constantly putting pressure on these Valiants' offense, as it doesn't seem like they can get up open shots.
Size advantage paying dividends here as the ball briefly poked away by Smith, but right back to Leonard. Inside now for Harding. Harding trying to post up Smith, lost it. Looking for a foul, possibly. Asen back the other way. Left hand, no good. Smith missed the follow-up dunk. That might have been McCreary who got in the way of that one, as McCreary now, no shot on that one. Blew the whistle before the play.
I believe they called a double dribble there.
Lucky break there for Manhattanville, as Haggerty will go to the bench and Tucci will return. McCreary will go to the bench, and Tyrell Mann will return, as Cobbs controls now in the front court. We'll leave now for Asen, right back to Cobbs. Cobbs run a screen from Tucci. Thought about going baseline, now pulls it back for Tucci. 15 on the shot clock. Cobbs now from the left wing, looking for Tucci. Nice defense there by Leonard. Sean Smith top of the key. Off to Tucci, under 10 on the shot clock here. Cobbs from the left wing, faked a three. Around Leonard, lost it. A whistle and a foul. Looked like that was on Rivera. We'll await the official call here. We'll go on Leonard. His first, the team's second. 11:58 left on the clock here, as Cobbs will head to the line here for the first two free throw attempts of the night for the Valiants. Cobbs coming in 78.1% on the season. We'll have two shots. First one away momentarily. Nothing but net on that one, as the rather sizable Misericordia contingent trying to create a little distraction there on that first one. Cobbs shrugged off and hit nothing but net. Second shot away momentarily. Rolls around and in. Cobbs 2 for 2 on that trip. Corey Madden, by the way, checking in for the Valiants, first time tonight during those attempts. He guards Wadway, leads for Harding, a deep three. Off rim, and Cobbs skies for the rebound. Smith calling for it in the front court. Cobbs thought wiser of the long distance pass. His Cobbs shot is denied by Rivera. 6'7" Rivera winning that battle against the 6'1" Cobbs. Is Harding a little trouble controlling it, but leaves it for Kenny, guarded by Ryan. 15 seconds on the clock now. Kenny, a wild spin move, but off glass and in. A nice move there by Kenny to keep his dribble and his balance going around Ryan and off glass. Madden now leaves for Smith, top of the key, over to Cobbs. Cobbs had an open three, didn't realize it. Leaves him inside for Tucci. Tucci fakes off glass. No good. Rebound controlled by Harding. Kenny now with it, top of the key. Across to Harding. Over to Mann. Mann bounce pass inside for Rivera. He'll face up. Now back down Tucci once again. 15 seconds on the clock here. And a traveling violation will be called there on Rivera. Nice defense that time by Tucci. As Matt Williams will check into the game for the first time for Manhattanville. Arena will return as well. They will replace Ryan and Cobbs with 10:41 left here in the opening half. Arena across the midcourt line. Leaves now for Smith. Thought about a three. Leaves for Madden. Madden top to Tucci. Tucci to Arena. Thought about a pass inside to Smith. Now up top for Williams. Williams around a pick from Tucci. Tucci rolled to the basket and drawing the foul that time off a beautiful roll is Alex Tucci.
I have to say that was an excellent job setting the screen, and the pick and roll set Tucci up wide open down the middle, and then the contact just forced it away a little bit, but an excellent execution there.
Good pick and a better pass that time from Williams as well. As Tucci's first shot is no good.
And Adam, I have to tell you, I've been very impressed by the intensity thus far by JoJo Cobb, Sean Smith, and Tucci all in the paint.
Relentless all around from both teams tonight as Tucci's second shot will rattle home. 6-point game now, just shy of the midway point of the half. As a three from the left wing, no good from Mann, and a foul will be called on Rivera as Tucci a little antsy on that one, poking it away after the whistle. It's the fourth team foul now on the Cougars as Quinlan will return and replace Smith. Senior replacing a freshman for the Valiants as Arena will control in the backcourt. Crosses the midway stripe, leaves for Tucci. Handoff for Madden. Madden crossover, bounce pass to Tucci. Double team coming. Tucci, as the double team backs off, thought about a pass. Now over to Williams. Williams inside, off glass, and good. Matt Williams getting the friendly roll.
That was a beautiful drive there by Williams. Excellent passing by the Valiants. Set that up though.
And good spacing gave Williams just enough room to squeeze through on that one. As the Cougars control once again in the front court. Three-pointer is good. Patrick Dowd with the second Misericordia three of the night. We mentioned coming in, they averaged 9.6. 2 thus far in the first 10 plus minutes. Tucci long pass across the court to Madden. Madden inside. And before the shot, we have a foul. Might have been a travel on that one, but whistle before the violation. Harding will be whistled for the foul that time. His first and the team's fifth.
And I'm going to tell you, Adam, I've been very just impressed by Misericordia. No matter who has it beyond the arc, they're just going to pull up and shoot it. If they have the open shot, they'll take it. And they've been doing that all day long.
20 seconds left on the clock here for the Valiants as Arena inside to Tucci. His jumper from the wing, no good. Rebound grabbed by Mann. Up ahead now for Dowd. He'll pull back as the Valiant defense gets back in transition. Rodway up top for Mann. Mann around a screen, trying to get through Madden. Williams pokes it away, and the Valiants will come back. Williams with about a 1-on-4, takes it himself and makes it. Wow! Matt Williams, my goodness. A full timeout taken by a very unhappy Willie Chandler after that one as Williams on both ends of the court, poking it away and then going essentially 1-on-4, 2 in front of him and 2 closely trailing behind. The freshman showing no fear going into the trees of the Cougars that time.
And I'll tell you, Adam, it's not easy doing a one-on-one alone to take on 4 people and still lay it in. That's a great job there by the freshman.
As we've mentioned, the Cougars showing a little more urgency and pressure thus far, but the Valiants more than equal to the task, keeping it close. They have trimmed what was the 9-point deficit down to 5. They're staying within a couple of possessions here. And Tim, we've mentioned it all night long. We've seen it all night long. Cougars continuously getting 3-point looks. If you're Pat Scanlon, how do you handle that so they don't just hoist up one open 3 after another? Do you go zone? Do you go to a faster unit here? What's your input on that?
Well, I believe you have to go with the 2-3 zone here if you're Pat Scanlon, because you don't want to give too much on from beyond the arc, but you also don't want to give up too much in the paint. The size obviously is a huge disadvantage. If you start giving up things in the paint, Misericordia also being a physical team could take advantage of that. But their outside game seems to be showing thus far early on.
3-point shooting in size, a dangerous combination that Misericordia possesses, as the Valiants will switch to a full court press here on the Cougars, as Quinlan Williams and Madden all in the backcourt currently. Cougars got to hurry. They only have 10 seconds, and the pass,
that's a great job.
Wild pass, controlled once again by Williams. Might have gotten away with a push that time on Dowett, but Valiants will control. Bounce pass to Tucci inside. Faked, got Rivera in the air, out for Madden. His 3, off the mark and controlled by Fields, as the Valiants will reset here, as the Cougars set up their offense. Harding inside, backing down Madden, 23 on 23, and for the shot, possibly, we'll await official warning. Madden committed the foul. His first team's fourth. It was a shooting foul, as Harding will go to the line 4-2. Harding coming in 61.5% foul shooter on the season. This is first. It's nothing but net. As Rodway will check out here. Kenny returns.
I have to say, thus far, you know, the Valiants, they're trailing by 6, but don't let that really show that much. It's still a close game, and if they were able to get a few shots to fall, they'll be back up here. They're showing a lot of heart right now.
Now a 7-point game, 22-15, as Tucci will control. Leaves for Madden. Madden and Tucci. Tucci faked the cross-court pass. Inside, had it knocked away, but a whistle and a foul. We'll await the official call on who. It is on Fields. His first, the team's 6th. So the Valiants will be shooting free throws the rest of the way regardless. Following the next team foul, I should specify. As Arena now inside. Off glass, no good. A good look there by the senior, just off front rim. As Harding will take another 3, and he hits it.
They continue to make those open 3s. If they get the opportunity, they'll just pull up and shoot it, and they continue to do it.
Tony Harding makes it a 10-point game. Tucci faked a 3 that time, and leaves for Arena. Arena inside once again. Pass for Madden, now out to Williams. Williams, jab step, his 3-pointer is good.
That's a way to come back with a 3 of his own right there.
Matt Williams with 7 points already in this one for the Valiants. As Williams slips that time, as Kenny responds. So 3 consecutive 3s, or 3 straight possessions with a 3 for each team, I should say. As it is right back to a 10-point game here, as Madden controls the wide pass there from Arena. Arena now leaves back for Madden, top of the key, inside. Madden fakes, leaves it for Tucci. He fakes, thought he got hacked, but Quinlan's 3-pointer off the mark. Loose ball, Valiant possession.
And I was going to say, you know, I would not be surprised if they took another 3 of their own, and that's exactly what they just did with Timmy Quinlan.
You don't want to get into a long-range shootout if possible, but if the looks are there, you absolutely need to take them. As the Valiants will inbound once again. Tucci fake, got Rivera in the air, and a wild shot there, but a foul will be called. As Rivera will be whistled for his 2nd foul. And Tucci will get 2 shots here for the Valiants. First one is good, as the Valiants cut it under 10 once again. 28-19, 6:26 left here in the first half, as Granda will come back in, replacing Damarina. His Tucci's second shot is off the mark. Rebound controlled by Trey Fields, guarded by Smith. Fields lost the ball that time, but regains as Smith gives a little celebratory clap. Here's Kenny into the paint, left hand, off glass and good. Jason Kenny with a nice take inside. 30-19 in favor of the Cougars. Granda controls now, looking to set up the Valiant offense. Leads for Cobbs, right back to Granda. Granda around a pick from Smith. Guarded now by Dowett. Leads for Cobbs, deep left wing. Up top now for Tucci, guarded by Harding. Tucci inside for Smith.
Great move.
Double clutch. Got his shot up, but the shot altered there. And the rebound controlled by the Cougars as McCreary's three. Short and controlled once again by the Valiants. Granda into the front court. Guarded by Dowd. Over to Quinlan. Granda directing traffic from the top of the key. Tucci fakes once again. And an easy shot that time. Alex Tucci pump fakes, driving the Cougar defense crazy here. Cuts it back to a single-digit lead here and a timeout taken by Manhattanville as Scanlon will once again look to resell his troops here after several three-point makes and even on misses, several open three-point looks by the Cougars. And Tim, we've mentioned it all night long and will continue to. The three-point game of the Cougars paying huge dividends thus far as they have built now a 9-point lead here with 5:21 to go in the first half.
And I'm going to tell you, Coach Matt Scanlon's going to find a way to shut this down. They have a long way to go, in this game, and I believe that he's going to find something eventually. He's just got to find the right crew and the right setup to get them to stop shooting that three ball. But another thing that's been impressing me thus far has been just the penetration in the paint for the Valiants. The physicality's been there with Tucci alongside with JoJo Cobbs and Sean Smith thus far in the half. And they continue to work their way in the paint and also getting to the line, which is being a really big factor for them thus far.
4 for 9 already from three-point territory are the Cougars. A slight rebound advantage as well, 15-12 in favor of Misericordia. As we are set to resume action once again. Cougars inbounding under their own basket. Quinlan sprints down the court for Fields, who leaves it for Rodway. Rodway leaves for McCreary. McCreary up top for Kenny. Kenny over to Harding. Guarded by Tucci. Harding left wing. Tucci called for the traveling violation there. Alex Tucci not falling for the pump fakes, remaining perfectly straight that time, creating the turnover and possession for the Valiants. Granda will control across the midcourt line here. Granda around a pick from Smith. Smith open for a minute inside. Now bited up by Fields as Smith turns to face up Fields as a charge will be called that time. Smith a little too aggressive as Fields taking the charge. Smith's first, team's fifth foul. So we have a whistle for a, I don't know if it was a loose towel or just wiping the court, I should say. In any way, we are a brief stoppage here. 4:47 left in the half. Again, a 9-point lead for the Cougars, who will inbound from underneath their own basket. Full court pressure once again by the Valiants, who slowly back off. Granda will stay with Rodway the entire length of the floor here. Rodway thought about a backdoor cut. Granda slipped and winces a bit. We hope he's okay. McCreary now inside for Kenny. Lost it for a second, but regains control here. Under 10 on the shot clock. Rodway with 5. Rodway step back three-pointer. Rims out. Rebound controlled there by Cobbs. Rodway gives himself a decent look that time off the step back, but the shot rattles around and out as Granda controls now for the Valiants. And a brief switch there. by the Cougar defense. Loose ball controlled there by Cobbs off the pass from Smith. Smith now into the key. Jump stop. Couldn't maintain the pivot foot. And he will be whistled for a traveling violation. And that prompts Arena coming back in. He will replace Quinlan. 3:54 left in the half here. As Rodway will slow things down just a little bit here. Crossing F court. This is for Harding. Harding for Kenny, guarded tightly by Smith. Got the pass off to Fields. Fields inside. And off glass and good. Trey Fields, some nice footwork that time. Pushes the Cougar lead back into double digits, 32-21. As Granda now for Arena in the front court of the lob and jam! Sean Smith, we've seen that a number of times this season. As Smith once again getting up to throw it down as Kenny. You talk about a crowd silencer and a response to an alley-oop. Kenny knocking down another three, making it a 12-point Cougar lead. But my goodness, Sean Smith, that's either the 5th or the 6th time we've seen that this season. Getting up the freshman, again just 6'3", but all the vertical in the world, as he had, his head might have been above the rim on that one.
Oh yeah, it seems like Sean does that at least once a game. He has that one highlight play every game.
Valiant's control once again, down by 12. Tucci, the double team coming. Several Valiants in the same area. Cobb's lucky to come away with it. As Granda will control here. 10 seconds left on the shot clock. Quick pick by Smith as Granda inside. Might have got away with a travel that time off the loose ball, but controlled nonetheless by the Cougars. Kenny thought about a three. He might have gotten away with a travel as the Manhattanville contingent unhappy with that one, and the three-pointer from Harding off the mark. So no harm, no foul for either side there off a couple of odd plays. Valiant's control, 20 seconds on the clock. Arena on the left wing. Arena now drives on Fields, kick out for Granda, hits three from the corner. High off the rim, no good. Arena rebound is good.
Excellent putback there.
Beautiful timing off the tricky series of bounces that time by Arena. As Kenny missed, but pokes it out. And the three off the mark there by Rodway. As the Valiants will control. Arena inside once again. Reverse layup and good. Back-to-back buckets by the senior out of the Bronx has cut the lead back to 8. And the Valiant bench responding with a loud defense chant as the bounce pass inside for Harding. Rodway going to the ground, got that pass off. As we'll have another whistle here, as we may need another floor wipe, as you do not want to risk injury that time. And Rodway went down a little awkwardly that time. Nice to see he's up and okay. As Tucci wiping the majority of the key here. Again, what I see from that is the immense effort there shown by both teams. They're leaving it literally all on the floor. Again, a minute 22 left in the first half as we are set to resume play off the minor stoppage there. Mike Ryan back in the game for Manhattanville. As Arena will control across the midcourt stripe, at least for Tucci, now for Ryan. Ryan inside, layup, too strong off the glass as Quinlan goes down, and the fast break opportunity for the Cougars. There's confusion from both sides here over the floor conditions. Arena will be whistled for the foul with 63 seconds left in this one. McCreary to the line, 4-2. Arena's second foul. 6th on Manhattanville as McCreary knocks the first foul shot down. As Williams will check back in, replacing Arena. The second shot upcoming from McCreary and directing some traffic from the foul line before taking said second shot. McCreary's shot is up, bounces around and off front rim. The second foul shot tonight did everything but the bottom of the net for the Valiants. There's a whistle and a clock issue here. Currently 59 seconds and 26 seconds. We'll see if that holds. Indeed it will. As Cobbs controls now for the Valiants. 20 seconds on the shot clock. Cobbs on a screen from Quinlan. 3 from the top. But the key short rebound controlled by Harding. Then for Rodway. Fields a wide open 3. A little too strong. Loose ball controlled by Cobbs, who almost lost the pivot foot, but able to hold it down. As the Valiants will look to set up their offense once again here. Under 30 seconds left in the half. Tucci faked the pass, now across to Williams. Williams around Kenny, couldn't get the shot to fall. Kenny with the rebound. As the Cougars on the break will now pull back and hold for 1. 10 seconds left in the half. Kenny guarding closely by Williams. Motti got away with a push as Kenny's 3 is good. Wow. Jason Kenny with, I believe, the 6th Cougar 3-pointer of the first half here. Make it a 14-point game at the half, 41-27 for the Cougars. We'll get you the official stats in just a moment, but the Cougars 3-point shooting, the big story so far in this one is that last make by Kenny gives them 6 for the first half, 40% from beyond the arc as well. And Tim, what do you think Pat Scanlon is going to be telling his guys at the half as they enter now down by 14 points?
Well, Adam, I believe that they're going to start working on it yet again, trying to defend that 3 ball. They tried a lot of different defenses to try to defend it. I think they're going to try to go with whatever best suits them at this point. And what the Valiants really need to capitalize on is just when they're getting the stops, they need to go up and they need to put the points. It seems like when the Valiants were getting the stops, they were turning over the ball. So going into the next half, perhaps less turnovers when you're getting the stops. And they're realistically, don't let this score fool you. They're down 14, but they're really in this game right now. Both sides have shown great intensity, and the Valiants can easily jump right back into this and potentially take the lead.
Basketball is a game of runs, folks. 14 points and 20 minutes to go. Plenty of time for the Valiants. Quick stat recap for the first half. Jason Kenny averaging 17.8 points a game coming in already with 7.
I swear to you, at least once a week I see Sean on SportsCenter Top 10 with alley-oops.
It's a nice momentum boost and everything, but literally 5 seconds later, you give up a 3-point. Literally 5 seconds later. It's nice to celebrate everything, but when you're down, you got to get back on defense. Not give up the 3.
Hoping no one tears an ACL or a groin.
I've never seen so many stoppages so early in the game.
The bull is
51% from the oh crap.
Yeah, that's not a great recipe for success.
And it does not really feel like they have 20 points in the paint at all. They do. That's what this says, but I'm saying it does not feel like that at all.
Hold on. Let's see here. 18 points off threes.
Yeah.
They've done nothing mid-range. They have three from the that sounds about right.
No, it feels like it doesn't feel like that those how many three balls they've taken.
Is that a three ball, a drive with a wild spin move, or can he just block by somebody? The last minute and 40 seconds without making a field goal. That's awesome. That's awesome. All right, let's go back.
They just need to capitalize on stops. Every time they get a stop, they just turn it right over.
Not a huge turnover difference, but that's
To be honest, I'm actually surprised, just going from watching high school and stuff basketball. I'm actually surprised how many travel calls are actually called.
There were a few. That thing where Mike Boston got a travel, unless it was too back to see who knows. I mean, I went to the women's game against Westcott that was 20 minutes from my house, and I heard the fans say the rest were travel happy with their whistles. And I still counted at least 10 travels that they didn't.
I mean, it's like high school basketball, even NBA, they never call travels. That's all it's like you see. They call the travels like every single time.
I haven't heard or seen too much come up from the benches, the coaches, I guess. So maybe it's about looking at the coaches because if they're not reacting, then I guess it wasn't too blatantly in this call.
That's the thing too with Pat. You never see him complain unless something actually goes wrong. So it's like he's very calm on the sideline.
There were a few I saw. And welcome back. To those of you who have been with us the entire night, thank you. To those of you who are just joining us or have recently joined us, we thank you. We know you have a number of entertainment options, and we thank you for spending even a part of your evening with us here at GoValiants.com. Adam Ryder and Tim Moore courtside at the half, where the Misericordia Cougars behind a 16-for-31 from the field performance and a 6-for-15 effort from beyond the arc lead the Manhattanville Valiants 41-27 at the intermission. For Manhattanville, a couple of decent surprises thus far as Matt Williams, the freshman, coming in averaging just 2.8 points per game, went off for 7 in the first half in just 5 minutes of action. And for the Cougars, we mentioned it before going to break, Jason Kenny has already matched his season average with 17 points on a 7-for-10 effort from the field. Not to be outdone, Tony Harding has matched his season average of 9 points a game on a 3-for-6 effort from the field, and Trey Fields has pitched in with 7 thus far for the Cougars. So Tim, aside from the aforementioned three-point shooting, what else stood out to you in the first half for Misericordia?
Well, what's really been impressive thus far from Misericordia is just their idea, or really of them able to capitalize. You know, you saw even with that alley-oop for Sean Smith, they just come back and they make a shot right away. And that's the thing with the Valiants that they really also have to take advantage of right now when they're getting those stops and forcing those turnovers, which they actually did a great job with in the first half. They have to come back and capitalize and make those shots or not turn over the ball. And I think that's going to be a big difference. They're starting to do a better job stopping Misericordia as they start to cool down a little bit late in the second half. But they have to continue to take advantage of those stops.
We mentioned the execution. Manhattanville is getting good looks, especially from beyond the arc, but again, just 1 for 9 from three-point territory has left the Valiants down again by 14 points. We're just moments away from the start of the second half as the Valiants will inbound from just in front of our broadcast booth. The Valiants will start with Cobbs, Arena, Tucci, Quinlan, and Granda. Same as the first half as Arena will control top of the key as Kenny comes out to guard him. Arena across to Granda, bounce pass. Tucci might not have been expecting it as Kenny comes away with it. As Fields has it knocked away by Granda. Arena back the other way now as in the lane. He goes down.
Right in that slippery area too.
That was not a contact play. That is just, again, the slippery floor as Arena gets up looking a little dejected as the Cougars with a bit of a break that time as Arena is an outstanding player in the lane, especially for someone his size, again just 5'10", but Arena unable to keep his footing on an unusually slippery floor as the Cougars come away. As Kenny controls now under 20 on the shot clock. Kenny on the give and go, now up to Fields, top of the key. His three off the mark and grabbed by Tucci. He will leave for Arena. Arena now back to Tucci. Tucci to the right, leaves for Cobbs. Cobbs guarded by Harding, across now to Quinlan. Quinlan off for Arena. Arena around a Quinlan screen. Off for Tucci. Tucci into the lane, jump stop. A loud thud that time, but Tucci maintains his footing. Shot fake across to Granda. Open look for three. Off the mark, and Arena that time fighting with Fields for the rebound. 7-inch difference that time, and Granda with an outstanding defensive play. As the two shortest players on the court for the Valiants, the 5'10" Arena and the 5'8" Granda taking on the big bodies of Misericordia. Granda forcing the jump ball. Misericordia will maintain possession here. 25 on the shot, 18:44 on the game clock. Fields inside his floater. Well short of the mark. Arena comes down for the Valiants. In the lane over to Granda. Thought about a three. Good close at that time by Mann. Arena now top of the key. Around a Quinlan screen. Arena now into the key. Jump stop, left hand, off the mark. Grabbed by Mann. Up ahead for Fields. Fields with Quinlan getting back. As Fields, a wild shot attempt. That ball went almost straight up in the air. Might have even gone a little behind him. As the Valiants will control now in the front court. Granda over to Quinlan. Now for Arena. Arena guarded by Fields. Arena over to Cobbs. Cobbs on a Tucci screen. Cobbs splits the double team in the lane. And good.
And I'll tell you right there, that was an excellent setup by Tucci. He continues to work on the pick and roll, but that pick was effective at getting JoJo Cobbs the lane.
Cobbs finding just enough space, making something out of seemingly nothing. As the three by Harding is good. Tucci got there for the closeout, but Harding made it anyway. And once again, a quick response and a quick three-point response by the Cougars. Makes it a 15-point game, 44-29. Cobbs with a three. He got it.
3 points.
They need those if they want to come back. Only shooting 1 of 9 in the first half, and they start off 1 of 1 from beyond the arc. I should say 1 of 2 beyond the arc.
Cobbs with the first 5 of the half for the Valiants. Back to a 12-point game. Kenny controls. Left corner now. Over to man across to Broadway. And a foul will be called. 2 number 3s on the play. It will go against Manhattanville's number 3. That's Mike Granda. His first of the half for either team here. 3:07 into the half. 20 seconds on the shot clock as Granda knocks the entry pass away. As Rodway will do it once again, just to the right of his own hoop. Granda applying pressure again. Kenny and Harding in a 2-man game. Valiant bench looking for a travel that time. None called on Kenny with 10 on the clock. Guarded by Cobbs. Kenny behind the back, left hand. Almost rolled in, but couldn't quite get enough English on that one as the Valiants will come back the other way. Granda into the lane. Out to Cobbs. His three. Off the rim, off the top of the backboard. And a technical foul. Looks like a double technical on Quinlan and Fields. A little too much talking between the two of them. So the Cougars will inbound off the double tech. Quinlan will come right back down. Apply some pressure on the ball. Fields to inbound. There was only one person in the backcourt for the Cougars as man comes speeding into the backcourt. Rodway was the only other person within about 30 feet. With the Cougars control, Kenny on the right wing, guarded by Cobbs. Up top for Rodway, into the lane. Off glass, no good. Tucci reaches right over Rodway to grab that board. Leaves for Arena. Arena around a pick from Quinlan. A little bit of a flop that time, maybe from Rodway. Granda's three. Off the mark, tapped by Kenny to Fields. Smart play that time.
Are they going to technical on Tucci there?
Certainly looks like it. That will be the case. So technical fouls on Quinlan, on Fields, and now on Tucci here in just over 4 minutes here in the second half. As Smith and Haggerty will be set to check in after Jason Kenny, who makes the first foul shot, making it a 13-point game once again. Kenny cannot get the roll on the second one.
And I'll tell you, that's a very rare thing. Kenny doesn't miss many free throws, coming today shooting 81% from the line.
The best on the Cougar team entering the day. So 1 for 2 from the line goes Kenny. We have a bit of confusion here between the refs. Another slight delay in action here. Cougars will inbound the ball from just to the right of the scores table. Quinlan will apply the ball pressure once again on Fields. Fields into Rodway. Got it by Granda. Rodway crosses the midcourt line, and Smith almost got away with a steal on that time. Got both hands on the ball, but just a little too close to the sideline to control it. Is McCreary inbounds to Rodway. Now back to McCreary, guarded closely by Smith. Bounce pass for Harding. Harding, a series of fakes. Now leads for Rodway, top of the key. McCreary around the screen. Out for Fields. His three is good. Trey Fields from the right wing. Another open look and another conversion by the Cougars. As Granda controls up for Smith, top of the key, leads for Quinlan. Quinlan over to Haggerty. Haggerty for Granda. Granda waits, now leads for Cobbs. Cobbs over to Smith. Looks inside for Haggerty, now takes a three, rims out. No good, and Kenny Skies for the rebound. Long pass ahead to Fields. As Smith looking to draw the charge, instead will get called for the block. That's his second foul, team's third of the second half. 15:04 left in regulation as Asen and Arena, 1 and 2, will return for Granda and Quinlan, 3 and 33. Misericordia inbounds, McCreary top of the key as Arena slipped a little bit and the three rolls up and over the backboard. Will be Manhattanville ball, 14:58 that time. McCreary got a good open look as the players continuing to struggle to find their footing. As Arena slipped just a bit that time, but the Valiants come away the victors on that. Smith and McCreary botting up inside. Smith slipped again, throws up a wild shot, almost went in. But the ball controlled by the Cougars. McCreary thought about a three, now back to Harding. Harding for Rodway, top of the key. For McCreary once again across the field. McCreary had a moment inside as Kenny with a nice kick out for McCreary and off the top of the backboard. No whistle called, play resumes. Manhattanville away with the rebound. Arena inside for Haggerty. Haggerty on,
Oh, man.
oh my goodness. Smith with a hard fall as the players continuing to struggle here. It's another three that time by Harding. As the slippery floor continues to cause issues here for these two teams. As a timeout will be called by Pat Scanlon as the Manhattanville unit showing their displeasure with the court conditions here. And another three-pointer there by the Cougars as they have extended their lead now to 19 points, and they have now met their mark for the year. That is their 9th three-pointer of the game. And again, a 19-point lead opened up here by Misericordia.
And Adam, it seems to be that when they start to cool down from beyond the arc, they just start to heat up. It's like they miss one or two, and then they start making them again. And the Valiants just, their defense is even better this half, believe it or not, but Misericordia is just getting it to fall.
The effort on the defense is definitely taken a step up. But again, these court conditions, players slipping all over the court. We saw Sean Smith, glad to see he got up okay. He took a loud fall on that last one as he got up pounding the wall in frustration there at the slippery floor all over the court here. You see the Cougars back on the court first. They're looking around for potential wet spots here as the Valiants now just coming out of the timeout. Again, 13:55 left in this one as the Cougars have opened up their largest lead of the game at 19. As the Valiants will inbound to our left here. Arena controls. Leaves for Smith. Smith handoff for Asen. Asen bounce pass up for Harding. Haggerty, excuse me. Haggerty for Arena. Arena faked inside, now driving into the lane. Scoop shot off glass as Smith, the one-handed putback, no good. Rebound might have been blocked by Rivera. Tapped out to Arena. Arena out to Haggerty. Haggerty for Cobbs. Thought about a three, now inside as the foul on Rivera. As Cobbs converts. Chance for a three-point play that time. As Rivera, his third foul of the game. as Cobb's taking advantage, driving through the soft contact that time, as Rodway and Kenny will check out. Dowett and Leonard will check back in here. Misericordia team, 5 players averaging 20 minutes or more in the season, 8 averaging 10 or more. The depth on full display as Haggerty almost poked the rebound in, but does create the extra possession as Fields cannot handle the Cobb's miss. Matt Williams, by the way, back in the game for the Valiants as well. Arena inbounds to Cobbs in the right corner. Cobbs now for Haggerty. Haggerty, quick pass to Arena. Thought about a 3, now inside. Arena thought he was fouled that time as he thought about a shot, then tried to dish it off inside. So the pass picked off and controlled by the Cougars. Dowett with it now for Rivera as the backdoor cut. Beautifully executed there by McCreary.
And I have to say, thus far, they continue to now work their way in the paint as well. The Valiants are going to have to find a way to stop that.
When you execute from the three-point line as well as the Cougars have, it opens up those backdoor opportunities as Williams couldn't quite corral the Arena miss from downtown, but it will remain Manhattanville ball here. They will inbound from the right of their own basket. Arena inside for Haggerty. Faces up Rivera. Haggerty spins inside, and a traveling violation before the shot. As Haggerty wisely tried to take it at Rivera, knowing very well Rivera has 3 fouls. But Haggerty couldn't quite keep his footing that time, as the ball will head back to the Cougars. Dowett controls across midcourt, leads from McCreary. McCreary Fields inside, off glass, and good.
And I'm going to tell you, Adam, it's very hard to stop a team that's shooting well over 50% now at this point. In the half, they just continue to get the open looks.
As Cobbs controls inside, guarded by Fields. Cobbs pops back out for a 3. Thought about a 3 inside, and once again, Cobbs fighting through contact, creating the end one, another potential 3-point play. Brendan Leonard will be whistling for the foul that time, his second. As a mini huddle being put together by Pat Scanlon before the Cobbs free throw here, as Tucci will check back in for Manhattanville. Cobbs step to the line, 1 shot upcoming.
And Cobbs needing to make this one, again, shooting 78% coming into today.
Indeed, he does nothing but net that time. As we approach the 12-minute mark here in regulation, 55-37. Cougars, for those of you just or recently joining us here at GoValiants.com. Max Freeman opener for both of these teams. As Dowell looking around for a foul that time as his shot goes short, as Matt Williams comes away with it for the Valiants. He'll lead for Timmy Quinlan. Quinlan to Cobbs on the right wing. Cobbs trying to pick from Quinlan and Tucci. Mike Ryan slipping a bit, but maintaining his dribble as a long 3 by Tucci goes down.
Tucci for 3.
Tucci from
Mike Ryan.
deep 3-point range.
It's not usually his range, but he went out and he took the shot and he drained it.
55-40 now as we approach the 11-minute mark. McCreary looking for Dowett on the backdoor cut. Dowett looking for another whistle, doesn't get one. Ball will head back to the Valiants as Harding and Kenny will check back in for Rivera and Leonard. As Cobbs will control here across the midcourt stripe. Leaves it for Tucci. Tucci off to Ryan. Ryan for Quinlan. Cobbs had an open look on the right wing, didn't take it, instead throws it inside for Tucci. Tucci losing his footing and goes hard into the wall. Glad to see he got up okay as another hard foul with these slippery floors as Fields with an open 3. Off the mark, no good. Cobbs a nice box out there of McCreary for the rebound. Cobbs will stop, pull it back for Quinlan. Quinlan looking for Tucci, and a whistle that time on Harding, who gets him looking absolutely stunned on that one.
Misericordia foul number 23, Tony Harding, his first.
just his first foul, 4th on the team. 10:35 left in the game, now 20 seconds on the clock. Tucci up fakes and blocked by Harding. Loose ball controlled by Kenny, as Misericordia will come away with it. Harding thought about a 3, now into the lane. Quinlan briefly altered the shot, and a very late whistle that time. Foul will go on Quinlan. Quinlan's second foul as Harding will head to the line here. He'll get 2 shots. Harding again came in a 61.5% free throw shooter on the season. First one away, off front iron and no good. Score remains 55-40.
And Adam, I'm going to tell you that the defense for the Valiants, their presence has been getting stronger and stronger in this half.
As Harding knocks the second one down. Now a 16-point lead for the Cougars. Cobbs controls in the front court. He's up for Ryan. Ryan handle for Cobbs. Cobbs around a pick from Quinlan up top now for Tucci. Quinlan will be whistled for pushing off that time. As 2 fouls in a matter of minutes there by Quinlan. That's his 3rd. But Coach Pat Scanlon will leave him in the game for now, as we are now halfway through the second half here. As Kenny controls in the front court, around a pick from Rivera. Kenny leads from McCreary. McCreary guarded by Cobbs. Now back to Kenny. Kenny around Williams all the way. Counted and a foul. Jason Kenny with a wonderful take that time. Williams will be whistled for the call. His first, team 7th. Free throws the rest of the way regardless for the Cougars. Mike Grandin will check back in.
Jason Kenny at the line, 1 shot.
And Adam, I was just about to mention that the Valiants in foul trouble here halfway through the first half. As you mentioned, Misericordia is going to shoot now in 1-on-1 situations.
As the free throw no good, but Rivera tips the rebound back out. And a fresh 30 for the Cougars. Fields controls top of the key, up now for Rivera. Rivera off to McCreary. Now Harding. Harding take up the left side. Shot no good. Rebound controlled by Cobbs. Nice defense at that time by Timmy Quinlan. Cobbs across the midcourt line. Inside leads for Tucci. Tucci, no good. Rebound controlled by Stone McCreary. And Kenny now will cross the midcourt line for the Cougars. Crossover 3-pointer. No good. Cobbs with another rebound for the Valiants.
I believe with that rebound, he's closing in on a double-double today.
Tucci now into the lane, guarded by Rivera. If that is on Rivera, and it does appear to be, that would be his 4th.
Team Smith.
As Sean Smith will check back in, replacing Tucci. And Tyrell Mann will check in for Fields. Rivera will stay out there with the 4 fouls for now. As we have a timeout on the floor, we'll see if Rivera stays on there. Following the full timeout by Manhattanville, as the Cougars currently with an 18-point lead. Again on a 9 for 23 performance from beyond the 3-point stripe here tonight. Tim, half their field goal attempts, or close to it, have been from beyond the arc, and they're converting. And we mentioned Manhattanville's played outstanding defense, especially in the second half here, but it comes down to execution, and right now, Misericordia is doing a little bit better job of that.
Well, absolutely, and 6 of 15 in the first half for Misericordia compared to now 9 of 25, is it? Or is it? Yeah. So
23, yeah.
23. So 9 of 23. That's a big difference. They're starting to, really shut down that 3-point ball that we've been talking about all the first half. But on the Valiants now, again, 18 points, they can still work their way in this. There's a lot of game to go if they can get the right momentum and come out and continue to work in the paint. But the big thing they have to do is stay out of foul trouble. Foul trouble is a big thing of late, and Tucci and it, other the key players in it, so they're going to have to really stay out of that right now.
Misericordia, as we mentioned before, will be shooting free throws the rest of the way regardless. Remaining 8:55 here. Quick note, we mentioned JoJo Cobbs is 1 rebound shy now of a double-double, 12 and 9 thus far. As Ryan can't find anybody, just barely avoids a 5-second call as Haggerty drives inside. Ryan avoided the baseline inside for Smith. His shot off glass a little too strong. Rebound controlled by the Cougars. Kenny now will cross the midcourt line. Rivera now cross court. Harding's three is good. 10 3-pointers on the night for the Cougars. They've opened up a 21-point lead now with 8:20 to go. Granda went behind his back, lost his footing, the dribble and the ball. As the Cougars come away, McCreary transition three is good. Back-to-back threes by the Cougars.
And Misericordia just continues to answer with those long balls. It seems like they're almost unstoppable from beyond the arc.
Cougars taking advantage of one opportunity after another. It's Cobbs into the lane with the right hand.
And Cobbs,
14 now for Cobbs.
that's what I mentioned. Cobbs continuing to just drive in the paint and be successful, drawing fouls and laying it in.
Cougars control now. Harding leads from McCreary. McCreary thought about a deep three, but Granda opted close. McCreary crossover now leads for Rivera. Rivera back to McCreary. His, not sure if it was a three or just a deep wing shot. Either case, no good. Rebound control by Ryan. Ryan over to Smith. Smith thought about a three. Now inside. Whistle and a charge. Smith whistled for the foul that time.
Offensive foul on 9.
As Tyler Mann
That's his third.
might have been hit in the mouth as he's slow to get up. The third foul on Smith as Corey Madden checks back in for the Valiants. Kenny and Harding will get a breather here with the Cougars once again up 64-42. 7:20 now left in this one. The Valiants had Broadway trapped for a moment, but the press broken. Man controls and thought about a three as Rena flies in for the closeout. Rivera with the loose ball out to Fields, his three. Well short, it's an air ball actually. Rebound controlled now by Arena. Around a pick from Smith. Dobbs on a pick from Haggerty. As once again, Cobbs losing his footing.
That's practically just been the story. Everyone's slipping on this side of the court. And I'm surprised they haven't stopped to try to wipe it up or towel.
Corey Madden turning the floor into a little slip and slide as he struggles to maintain his footing in the backcourt. As Mann with another open three, off the mark, no good. Smith skies for the rebound. The Valiants will come back, up ahead for Haggerty. Haggerty lays it up and in. Nice transition bucket that time and a beautiful long feed from Arena to Haggerty. As they lead now, the lead cut.
It's a full timeout.
Back to 20, 64-44. And the interesting thing that I've noticed, both the first and second halves here, is specifically the area in front of the Valiants bench that is really the slippery side. Hasn't been as much activity from the side closer to the Misericordia bench. It's really the Manhattanville side. And they have committed a number of quote-unquote turnovers, but they've been turnovers caused by the floor, not so much anything else.
And you have to imagine, Adam, that this is getting in the Valiants players' head a little because it seems like everyone on the court has suffered from it, and it almost gives you a little bit of feeling that maybe you can't be confident making a move in the paint because you're going to lose your footing. And we've seen it multiple times happen, Sean Smith or JoJo Cobbs, or even other players going on the court. Even Brian Haggerty, after laying that in, slipped under the basket. So that's something they definitely have to look at. You don't want to lose that confidence because that's a big thing with their game.
When you're a guard-heavy team like the Valiants are, you are looking to get inside with those quick guards. And these floor conditions causing a very hard time to control. Now top of the key. Guarded closely by Madden. Leaves it for McCreary. Under 10 on the shot clock. Harding looking for Fields. 2 on the clock here. And just beating the shot clock was Trey Fields, spinning inside, getting that off with fractions of a second left on the shot clock. Lead back to 20 now for the Cougars as Cobbs goes inside, out for Madden. Open three, no good, but a foul before the play. We'll wait to see exactly who that's on here. Sean Smith gets up with a confused smile on his face. We'll await the official word here. Vision from both sides here, both coaches looking for an explanation. Refs getting together for a little conference. And anyway, a quick breather here for both sides with 5:10 left on the game clock. They get a 66-46 lead here for Misericordia. And a quick stat update for you. JoJo Cobbs and Alex Tucci, the prime players tonight for the Valiants. They combined 25 points and 17 rebounds for the two of them. For Misericordia now, 3 players in double figures. Jason Kinney now with 20 points on the night. Tony Harding right behind him with 19, and Trey Fields with 14. Each of those 3 have hit at least 2 3-point field goals as well. As we will resume here will be Manhattanville ball.
Manhattanville's number 12, Sean Smith. Misericordia's number 3, Alec Broadway.
A double foul on Smith and Rodway. Smith's 4th. Rodway's 1st is the official call. Will be Manhattanville ball from just to the left of their own basket. Arena inbound. Shot clock reset to 20 seconds now. Haggerty on the left side looked for Smith, ball knocked away by Kenny. And he will control across midcourt. Under 5 minutes left here in this one.
And Smith has to be careful. He has 4 fouls on the game, 1 away from fouling out.
Harding controls. Guarded tightly by Haggerty. A blocking foul will be called on Haggerty that time.
Brian Haggerty, his second.
That's his second.
Team's 9.
And free throws coming.
Team's 10.
A double bonus now for the Cougars, as that now the 10th team foul of the half on Manhattanville.
Tony Harding will line 2 shots.
So Harding will have 2 shots here. His first one is good, as Tucci will check back in, replacing Haggerty. Smith will stay out there with the 4 fouls for the time being. 1 more upcoming here for Harding. It is good. 68-46 for the Cougars.
And Harding's made all his free throws today. He continues to shoot well from the line for Misericordia.
That 61.5% sure to skyrocket after this one is Tucci's 3 a little strong. As we have a foul. Looks like it's on the Cougars. We'll await the official word here. It is Stone McCreary's first, team 7th. So Sean Smith will be shooting a 1-and-1 here for the Valiants. They will be shooting free throws the rest of the way as well. 4:35 left here in this one. Smith knocks it down, earning himself a second.
And Smith, a good free throw shooter on his own as well for the Valiants.
72.7% on the season coming in, as Smith does indeed knock the second one down. With a quick look at a press here by the Valiants, who back off, as Rodway will leave for Kenny. Kenny cross up at it inside, and some heavy contact that time between Kenny and Arena. As Kenny hit the deck hard, slow to get up here. As Arena came over a little late that time. As the training staff comes racing out onto the court, we hope Kenny is okay. He has been outstanding thus far tonight for the Cougars. Again, a 2-time All-MAC Freedom first team selection coming in. Kenny just a junior. As a flagrant 2 will be called against Dom Arena.
And I believe that's going to end up fouling out Damarina because he gets 2 fouls there, and that'll be his 5th.
And even if it wasn't, a flagrant 2 would equal an ejection regardless, so the Valiants will play the remaining 4:20 of this one without their senior point guard. Matt Williams checking back in. Kenny is back up on his feet. A good sight to see, especially for the loud Misericordia contingent, who you might have heard showing their approval of the flagrant 2 call just moments ago. Arena will leave the court here. Again, 70-48 the score now. 4 minutes, 20 seconds left here in this one. Kenny steps to the line for another foul shot. Nothing but net.
I'll tell you, it's good to see him standing after that hard hit.
And the second one is good. Jason Kenny, a marvelous performance here tonight. 24 points now, 33% of Misericordia's total as a whole. Misericordia will retain possession here on the flagrant 2. Fields inbounds from right in front of our table. Rodway controlling now, guarded tightly by Matt Williams. Rodway into the lane, stops, now comes around the screen by Harding. Fields now, bounce pass inside to Harding, backdoor cut, and a nice up fake there by Fields, letting Smith go flying behind. 2 more for Fields, 74-48, Misericordia. Cobbs thought about a 3 at the time, now faked on a 3, and whistle, let's see, a foul called on the Cougars. Will be Harding's second. As Harding and Rodway will head to the bench. Rivera checks back in. As Cobb prepares for a 1-and-1 here. Bounce around, no good. Rebound control by Fields. Tanner Rayan, the junior for the Cougars, checking in for the first time tonight as well. He controls now, guarded tightly by Madden. And a little too much contact that time by Madden with the foul. Madden second. And Rayan fresh into the game. We'll head to the line for 2 here.
2 shots.
3:39 left in this one. 74-48 once again the score. Favor the Cougars as Rayan's first shot. No good. Sean Smith and Corey Madden a little antsy that time.
I believe they thought it was a 1-and-1 there.
But again, 2 shots coming for Rayan. 1 more, I should specify. As he knocks down the second one. 75-48 now in favor of the Cougars as Cobbs green in the front court, leaves for Smith, off to Madden, across now to Tucci. Tucci for Cobbs, around the Tucci screen, guarded now by Rivera. Cobbs goes down once again, and a run out for Fields. Smith trying to get back, and Fields will throw it down and slides into the wall afterwards. 77-48 now in favor of the Cougars. We approach 3 minutes left here in this one.
An interesting role here for Sean Smith. They have him up top as a guard in replace for Damarina.
As Tucci's 3 off the mark, Fields controls the rebound, maintains his footing. A point we feel the need to specify at this point in the game. And a timeout called by Misericordia here with 2:50 left in this one. Again, the score 77-48 for those of you just joining us. A full timeout as the Cougars, again, a 29-point game here. And Jason Kenny, Tony Harding, and Trey Fields, 63 of the 77 points combined tonight for the Cougars. a combined 9 threes for those 3 as well. As a team, Cougars now up to 11 on the game, shooting 38% from beyond the arc. And Tim, it's been the story of the game. The 3-point shot, and when Manhattanville keys on the 3-point shot, it opens up those backdoor cuts for those big bodies of the Cougars.
And they've done a great job taking advantage of the court on all aspects, and their passing ability has been very excellent thus far. Obviously, the game coming to a close, it looks like Misericordia is more than likely going to get a win unless something happens. But overall, just a great showing by Misericordia here in the first conference game. And you have to remember, the Valiants will see them again to end the season at their own home. So this is just a start. Maybe the Valiants, come out and they take some keys going not only in the next game, but the next time they see them, that could also help them.
Next game, by the way, for the Valiants this Saturday at Wilkes. As the Cougars control now an inside Rayan, no good, but a foul will be called on Madden. So Rayan headed to the line once again.
At the line from Misericordia, Tanner Ryan, 2
Madden
shots.
whistled for his 3rd foul. Rayan will get 2 more shots at the line, 1 for 2 his last trip out. Short on the first one, 1 more upcoming. As some of the Misericordia bench players will check in now. Looks like Hunter George and Sean Gorman, pair of freshmen going 6'6" and 6'7" respectively. The size for Misericordia knows no bounds. And Rayan now coming out in favor of Zach Brennan, the 6-foot sophomore out of Kingston, PA. Madden controls now for the Valiants. For Haggerty, off to Asen. Thomas Hickey into the game for the Valiants now. He'll lead for Madden. Madden again losing his footing. Leaves for Williams. Williams inside. His floater's good. Matt Williams, a bright spot tonight for the Valiants. Career high 9 points now for Williams, who almost came away with a steal that time as well. Clock stopped with 2:16 to go. 78-50 now in favor of the Cougars. Jake Cecina into the game now for the Cougars as well. Pass across now for Brennan. Brennan now over to Brendan Leonard, and a hard screen by Hunter George, and a foul will be called. Willie Chandler not happy with the execution on that one. Chandler's first foul, team's 9th foul. Offensive foul though, so no foul shots coming for the Valiants, just possession. As Williams now crosses half court, leaves for Haggerty, leaves for Asen, thought about a 3, pulls back and leaves for Hickey. Hickey now for Williams, he will take a 3. Off front rim, no good, rebound by George. The Cougars come back. Shot from the left wing, short that time by Gorman, and Williams comes back for the rebound and will control across half court as we approach 90 seconds left in this one. Williams took the contact and might have been before the shot, but regardless, it's Misericordia's 10th team foul, so 2 shots coming for the Valiants regardless. George's 2nd foul in about 60 seconds that time, as Williams will head to the line here, 4-2. No good on his first one, 1 more upcoming for the freshman out of the Bronx.
And not only is he seeing a season high in minutes today, but also looking for double digits for the first time in his career.
Always nice to see some execution from your underclassmen, your freshmen especially, and your bench players as well. As Williams does reach double figures on that one. 78-51 now in favor of the Cougars. From the left wing, Cecina thought about a 3. Pulls back as Gorman will handle the ball here. Up cross now to Leonard. Leonard under 10. Leonard inside. Left for Gorman. Gorman out, and a deep 3-pointer. No good by Cecina. Madden controls the rebound. Under a minute to go in this one, and Madden lost the ball here. Loose ball saved by Haggerty out to Williams. He buries a 3. Matt Williams.
3-pointer, Matt Williams.
well into double figures now. 78-54 in favor of the Valiants. Madden guarding Brennan closely. Gorman top of the key. Another three-pointer coming, and that's good. Brendan Leonard continuing the three-point barrage by the Cougars. 81-54 now as we go under 30 seconds left in this one. Haggerty controls from the right wing. He got it. Brian Haggerty makes it 81-56 here as the Cougars likely will hold for one here. We'll see with the shot clock off how they handle this. As the Cougars will pull back here and take an 81-56 victory here in the Mac Freedom opener. The Cougars, a dominating performance, especially from beyond the arc in this one. We'll get you the final stats in just a moment here.
And I'm going to tell you, most importantly, for Misericordia, it's a much-needed win coming in today, 5-6, and a few tough losses. This is a great way for them to answer back. So a big win for them here. Not only that, shooting excellent beyond the arc. And not only that, the Valiants are going to see them one more time. So the Valiants are going to have a lot of time to adjust and perhaps maybe stop this three-point game. Not only that, take a little bit of few keys in the next game as well.
The final stats for both teams. Misericordia 29 for 61 from the field, 47.5% percentage. Doing a 12 for 31 effort, 38.7% from beyond the arc. And for the Valiants, a 22 for 57 mark from the field, 4 for 20 from beyond the arc, a 20% mark from deep. Once again, your final from Kennedy Gymnasium. The Misericordia Cougars 81, the Manhattanville Valiants 56. We will step aside for a minute, but we are far from over tonight as the women's teams for these two squads are prepared to do action. Tip-off will be scheduled for right around 8 o'clock. Tim and I will have the call for you right here at govaliants.com. We will step aside, and we hope you will rejoin us at the top of the hour here at govaliants.com.